everyone, Josh here with Exodus, bringing you guys and gals some more Order and Chaos Guardians, and today I'm going to try to do something absolutely crazy. If you've been following this game and been in the Discord community and talking about the game, talking shop here, going over some of the heroes and some of the big changes that they've done here recently, you'll know that there's one particular epic hero that we always joke about and meme on and just consider the greatest fodder in the game, and that is our girl, Peggy, aka Peggy. So, let's go ahead and talk about Peggy. Why is Peggy so bad? Why is she such a joke? Why does everybody make fun of her? Why do we always call her Piggy? Because we basically take her out to slaughter. She's a sacrificial lamb. She is the ultimate fodder in the game. The reason why is her skill set is very hit or miss. She's very RNG oriented because all of her chances to activate certain things within her kit are very low percentages, so it's not going to happen very often. She's very inconsistent. The best thing that she actually has going for her is actually her ultimate, and we're going to talk about that right now. So the ultimate gathers sacred power to pave a path of light for all allies, removing one debuff from the 3 allies with the lowest HP and granting them a holy shield for 10 seconds. If that would have been full AoE for your entire team, and there being an option for the debuffs to actually go up to like 2 or 3 on the removal, she would have then moved up so much more in my mind and a lot of other players' minds as being an actual proper support hero slash healer within your game, or within your team rather. But anyways, that's pretty much what she's doing. You also pick up a 50% chance to recover 5% of max HP when hit, which is again still a very low amount, and it's only going to be for 3 allies. It's not team wide. We'd like that to be full team wide. The resistance goes up to 10%, and the healing goes up to 60% chance to activate. Still, it's only going to be 5% though, and still going to be 50-50-ish, even around there. It's going to be a lot of hit and miss. And that's her best trait in her kit. So you can only tell it's going to go down from there. So she is a very hit or miss unit. She has a lot of RNG involved, low modifiers, low percentages. If they would improve all that, she'd be a pretty solid support hero slash healer. But I may have very well found one very significant use for her to make her actually good and stand out. Because as a lot of you know, if you've been following along here in both the official Discord, our Discord, and of course our YouTube videos for Order and Chaos Guardians, there is a unit in this game that is an absolute powerhouse. However, she has one major weakness, especially after the nerfs. This is our girl, I Hail Rina, or as we like to call her, All Hail Rina. Now let's talk about what her actual weakness is. It is this right here. Actually, it's not this one. Where is it? Is it her? I believe it's her exclusive. So this is actually where her weakness sets in, and it sets in a big way. I Hail Rina gathers shadow power to strengthen herself at the start of the battle, increasing damage dealt by 120% for 15 seconds. When shadow power wanes, she is weakened, reducing her damage dealt by 60% for 15 seconds. Now you can extend that by 5 seconds for each kill, but that's not going to help you in any boss fights or against any very strong tanks, especially when you get the mid to end game. She's not going to be just one-shotting things as she easily is in the early game. So this is very, very, very damning to her and very crucial in trying to progress through certain types of content, and you're going to get very, very stuck. Because as soon as she pops off her first ultimate and does her first 15 seconds of damage, she then becomes a wet noodle for the next 15 seconds. And in 15 seconds in this game can feel like eternity. Because most of these modes, you're only going to be in there for about 30 seconds to a minute on average for most of the content. And then when you're also fighting boss fights, you're going to be losing out on a lot of damage there in that 15 seconds where she's basically a wet noodle. Because not only is she no longer getting an additional 120% damage dealt, she's reverting back to just normal numbers and then minus 60% damage. So her natural, just inherent damage is now being cut by more than half for the next 15 seconds, which means her next ultimate is going to be just trash. Her next 15 seconds of overall damage is just going to be absolute trash. Peggy might very well solve this problem and make I Hail Rina no longer have that weakness anymore. So we're going to try and test this theory out. And the reason why I'm even trying this is because that actual damage reduction in this game is treated as a debuff. And therefore, if it is treated as a debuff, in my mind and on paper, Peggy might be able to cleanse it. So let's go ahead and check it out. And by the way, also, I Hail Rina should be using her ultimate well before Peggy does, which would line up perfectly so that when her next ultimate is ready to go, Peggy will hopefully have already cleansed her debuff, so her next ultimate will be extremely powerful as well. Not quite as powerful as the first one, because it won't have that 120% boost, but it also won't have that minus 60% damage reduction, which is really what we're trying to get around here. So let's go ahead and go into the EXP dungeon for the testing here. Let's go into EXP dungeon. I already got my Peggy in the Resonance, so she can be level 140. Where is she? I already threw some gear on her as well. We're just going to go in there and just replace Ruchi for now. Now, to make sure that we don't have any, BS, RNG, or anything like that going on, we're going to go ahead and take Radal out of here. So we only have the 3 allies and herself. Matter of fact, no, we'll just leave it like this and hope that it all works out. Okay. So now we're going in, and we're going to have to pay close attention to everything that is happening with Rina and Peggy. We're not here to try and, do any kind of damage or clear this or anything. We just want to see how this is going to work. So Rina's taking damage, so she should be getting that debuff when it activates. Now the problem is Peggy's going to be using her cleanse right now, which we don't need it yet. But it should be back up again in time for when Rina uses her next ultimate. And you're going to see that Rina is going to be getting that debuff applied here very, very soon. There it is. So now she has the attack down, the damage down debuff applied. Now will Peggy cleanse it? She does. Oh my God, she does. It works. The theory was a success. That is absolutely fantastic, because now Peggy serves a major role within this game, because she is now like the #1 support for, perhaps arguably the best DPS in the game right now, who had a major weakness that no longer will be a weakness. So that is absolutely fantastic. You could run Holly, Peggy, 1 or 2 tanks maybe, and just let Rina be your main DPS if you feel that she can carry you that far, or maybe even throw another DPS in there as a, kind of like a backup option. But now Rina's major weakness is no more. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I love doing what I do. I love theory crafting. I love team building. It's one of my bread and butter things that I love to do in all gacha games. I have a very creative mind. I envision things. I try to plan things out and create unique combinations when I start to learn the skill sets of all these units. And this is why I do what I do, ladies and gentlemen. This is great. So, no more Peggy. No more fodder. Peggy is actually good. Ladies and gentlemen, holy crap. We made it happen. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tick notifications. Join us in the Discord in the description below as always. And of course, follow us on X at X's Media. And I'll catch you guys and gals in the next one. Until then, peace.